things theology, all things theology. We chop it up properly, without an apology. Gotta give that theology to God, hollow be, cause this is how we do it at All Things Theology.
Yo, grace and peace. Welcome back to an episode of All Things Theology, where this is your host, K-Dub. Today, I want to talk about Ray J and Jamal Bryant beefing. My goodness. No. I did not have this on my bingo card for 2024, but I didn't have a lot of things on my bingo card to start the year, just to be fair. Well, if you didn't see the clip, we'll play it here.
Yo, I got nothing but love for Pastor Bryant. Shout out to Jamal Bryant. Shout out to Von Alvarez. But if y'all play that interview, somebody getting snatched off the pulpit. Don't play the interview. It's not clear. It was out of bounds. Me and Pastor Bryant need to talk because the way I was treated was dirty and illegal. And I don't like it. And I don't want nobody to play that interview. I don't care if you from the church or not. Like be respectful and do people right. Don't call people out their name and don't make people feel like they're not safe in a place where they thought they were safe. I'm telling you right now. We need to work it out. Because if we don't, that's going to be a problem.
And here you can see that Ray J is clearly upset. Some video he does not want to be released on Jamal Bryant's podcast, saying he was treated unfairly. Man, he talk about he gonna snatch this man out the pulpit.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Now I want to see what's on that. You know what I'm saying?
How dare you?
Now I want to see what's on the podcast. You got to release it, Jamal. No, but you know how mad you got to be to say you're going to snatch someone out of the pulpit? I mean, Jamal, bro, what did y'all do to this man? What did y'all do? Now, some have speculated that this is probably to get the ratings of this video whenever it drops. I don't know. Well, what makes me think that it wasn't is Jamal Bryant responded. Yeah, he went on some podcast and responded. So let's hear what he says about that.
One final question. You got threatened.
Yes.
Sure.
Hey, stop.
Yes.
I got threatened.
Yes.
Not by white supremacists.
Yes.
Not by the Klan. Suge Knight is in jail. Who did I get threatened by?
By an R&B singer.
Not Brandy's brother.
Oh,
It can't be.
That's all we can call him is Brandy's brother.
He's throwing all kind of shade at Ray J.
When you woke up,
Yes.
because I'm sure like most of us, you hit the alarm or you get
Yes.
up or you Miss Carrie nudges you,
Yes.
and you saw your
Wait a second, what? No. Why is he in bed with Miss Carrie? He said yes to that. Like, whoa. I knew this is a pastor. I knew this man living foul, man.
I'm tired of the church.
I knew he living foul. Why y'all sleeping together? There's a whole. I didn't catch that the first time. That's a mess.
phone.
Well, he prayed.
Or after you put your feet up. Well,
Right.
he always
You gotta
does
pray
that.
first.
But I'm just saying,
Yes.
when he looked at the phone and you saw all of what went through your head?
So I'm walking on the belt line.
Okay.
True story. I'm walking on the belt line, and people are passing me on the belt line saying, "Are you okay?" So I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay." Somebody else passed me like, "Man, keep your head up."
Wait.
So I was like,
I'm
okay.
just walking on the belt line.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
So I'm just thinking people are just greeting me.
Right.
I get to the end, and this guy I don't know says, "Man, I guess you won't be going to the West Coast for a while." I said, "I just came from the West Coast."
Right.
So he said, no, with the beef with you and Ray J. So I said, "No, I don't have no beef with Ray J. I was just with him last week."
Right.
So he says, "No, he's threatening you online." I have no idea what you were talking about.
Right.
So a pedestrian on the belt line pulled up their phone and showed it to me. That's
how
it
you
is
found
that
out
I got
about
it. Yeah.
When you saw what he was saying,
I was in shock.
Okay. What is it that, I know you
happened?
said you were
Yes.
going to stick to the code
Yes.
and the parts, it was a safe space. He said, I thought this was a safe space. And if you air the interview in its entirety, there's going to be problems.
Yes. So a week ago, I'm in L.A., and I bring him on to record the podcast. In the middle of the podcast, he says something that I will leave. He says something.
Right.
That his lawyers came on the set of us shooting, saying that this is broaching something that has legal ramifications.
Okay.
I want to know what it was. Now, here's what it could be, because I don't know. Again, you know how you hear rumors just on social media, on YouTube. There's a lot of people like trying to connect Ray J to something to do with Whitney Houston. All sorts of stuff. Who knows what it could be? But obviously, it's kind of weird his lawyers are there. I mean, don't you think that's kind of weird too? I've never heard that. Like, well, I'm not a celebrity, so of course I wouldn't know. But is that normal to have your lawyers sitting around a podcast? Like, no, we can't talk about that. Very interesting. So,
I then say in the middle, said, "Hey man, this is a live to cut podcast. I don't do editing,
Right.
but this is my guy,
Right.
and I don't want him to have to pay money. I don't want to be liable. I tell you what, I'm going to edit this part, but anything else he says,
Right.
we gone.
Because he's been warned by his lawyers
Right.
already.
Yes.
So he knows better.
Yes.
Okay.
We go on and record. At the end, Ryan, of us recording, he's like, man, I really needed this. I'm going to come back to church. I've been out of church for a long time.
let me say, Ray J, stay far away from Jamal Bryant. Y'all know this man is a crook himself. Look, here's the thing. Jamal should have been interviewing this Ray J, immoral Ray J. And Ray J, word of advice, if you are trying to come back to church and get right with God and all this, stay away from Jamal. That's my advice.
I need to get right with God. I want to do a part 2. I said, oh, that'd be great.
Right.
So I said, listeners, you all heard it here first. Ray J wants to do a part 2. We're going to bring him back next year.
Mm-hmm.
He says, no, I want to do a part 2 before Christmas.
Okay.
Bet.
Yeah.
We hug it up, dap it up,
Yeah.
go our way.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. A week later, I'm like 50 cents with Floyd Mayweather. I woke up. What did I do? Yeah.
Why?
I'm like,
Man, what he said must have been damning. It must be some heavyweight stuff, pardon the pun.
Right.
So, the threats are, and I'm like, man, I told you I'm going to take this part out.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know where it was coming from. My next call is from my lawyer, who says to me, hey, man, my lawyer friend from L.A. called. Do you need more security? Because he's associated.
Yeah.
Like, do I need security?
Hey, word on the street is Ray J a problem. That's what I'm hearing. Ray J is a problem, man. See, that's why I say, look, Jamal, this will happen when you these are the people you try to keep company with. Hey, man, it's ramifications, legally and physically.
I'm not as big as this guy.
Not as big as Big Ray.
I'm not as big as Big Ray. But I can handle Ray J. I can handle Big Ray. But I can handle Ray J. I don't need security. But it just snowballed and avalanched out of nowhere. And what was really disconcerting for me, drum roll. Thank you. Ray J has my number.
And that's
So I'm from Baltimore.
Call me.
So I don't know street beefs through IG.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
Well-
So even if we got an issue,
Yeah.
call me and have the beef and threaten me. If my posture was, no matter what you said, I'm still airing it. But if I agreed to the terms
Right.
in front of your lawyer
Yeah.
on tape, then I didn't know what the beef was.
You got the receipts.
Yes.
Well, do you think that he really is just
Air it
trying to
out.
maybe stir the pot because of this episode, just to get
So,
more attention,
let me
more
help
eyes,
you.
that kind of
Let
thing?
me help you. The episode wasn't even airing this week. I didn't even tell him when it was going to air. He done more PR than what's necessary.
Yeah.
Now you got to give the people what they want.
Right.
Yeah. So we didn't even.
Now that episode about to come out tomorrow or something, we'll see. But now you're kind of, everybody's curiosity is like, what did Ray J say, right? Of course, obviously he shouldn't be threatening anybody. But I don't think Jamal could. Anyways, it's just a very interesting, complex conversation here.
Go over schedule. Again, this was last Monday. So I got 6 or 7 shows in the can.
Yeah.
And in my mind,
You got to move your show. You got to move the Ray J show to the front of the queue.
it wasn't the plan.
You got to.
In
No,
my
it is.
mind, people want to know about this election.
right.
People's minds is on what's going on with J.D. Vance.
Right.
to me, it wasn't a good placement the week after election to put Ray J.
Right.
Nothing is happening. You understand? I'm not a social columnist.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm not interviewing you about the fight with Diddy's sons. I'm not interviewing you about Nicki Minaj. That's not my platform. So it was ill-timed and ill-fitted, but, you know.
When is it going to air?
When we going to see it?
So, I don't know.
Come on!
No, really, I don't know.
Come on, you know.
Because, and I want to say, Ryan is my fraternity brother, but let me say, in the most sanitized way possible that I can. No, I'm serious now.
Okay.
In the most sanitized way possible, I don't take lightly mental health challenges. And that's the best way that I can say it.
Okay.
So,
Ooh, man, that's the sanitized version. He kind of saying Ray J got some mental problems. That's what it sounded like to me. What he's saying. I'm
intentionally not releasing a clip on the Uzi because I love him. I think that he's a great guy. I think he's got a great heart, but there are other issues that are there. And my heart as a pastor, I can't just lay him on Amtrak for the sake of ratings and numbers.
Okay.
Again, because that ain't my
Yet he brought Kamala in his church.
time job.
Right.
You know? Yeah, I'm not living off YouTube.
Right.
That I got to get this done, and I want to safeguard him in the best possible space. And as a pastor, I have to ask myself if I am ministering to people who have mental health issues. If I do this, will they feel safe with me?
I mean, it's the same dude who's, as you heard earlier, who's sleeping with his fiance. I mean, he said yes to that. Jamal doesn't have a moral compass, but I'm not saying he should release the tape. I'm just saying it's just funny to hear him try to take the moral high ground.
Yeah. So there is several things I gotta.
Will you call him? Will you reach out to him?
Yeah, reach out
I
to him.
can't.
Go ahead.
I can't.
Call
and
him.
you got to pray for me because I'm saved, but I'm from Baltimore.
Oh my goodness.
No, no, really.
Have you thought about
It
it?
makes sense.
Have you thought about it?
I did after the first live,
Okay.
but then you did too.
Okay.
Call him.
So now on principle,
Right.
But here's what I'm saying. You're supposed to be the Christian in the matter. Supposed to. You're not, but you're supposed to. You're the older seasoned man. Supposed to be the more mature man. Yeah, he's going to do his young man stuff. Ray J's clowning around. But you can call him and be like, hey, man, what's going on? Right? I mean, I say this. If one of my supposed friends, somebody, I would call them. Be like, what's the deal, bro? Like, we had an agreement. What's going on? Right? At least call them. If I got your number and you talking reckless, I'm going to call you. Not on some street beef like, what's up? Let's meet. Let's do the thing. Not nothing like that. But just on my Christian integrity. But Jamal ain't got no Christianity or no integrity.
You got to stand on business.
You got to stand on.
Yeah,
shout out to King. You got to stand on business.
Because the other part of me,
Yeah.
Ryan, is I don't want you to think I'm intimidated by the threat.
Like you're calling to diffuse.
Yeah.
Well, ain't nobody.
No, I
intimidated by
understand
it.
that. I said I got to go back to Baltimore one day.
Okay.
I'm not from Atlanta.
Okay.
I got to be able to get back home. So in getting back home, and the Lord may wake me up in my sleep and say, come on, man,
Okay.
don't do that.
We'll pray for that.
Yes.
Okay.
And I know that's what I'm supposed to do. Thank you for challenging me.
Go ahead, do it.
I may do that
Go
now.
pray for that. Okay.
Thank you so very much.
Call him on
You
air.
have a whole different. You're a pastor. Period.
Yes.
Just like
But
you
then,
said. Just like
still
you
human.
said.
Yes.
The main purpose.
Yes.
Is to pastor and bring people closer to where they need to be.
Yes.
And Ray J is going through whatever, but if you know better, you do better.
Yes.
So I personally think
Yes.
that doing better is on you.
Yes.
And just because you've got so many.
It's so weird to hear these radio show host people who are like, they're about the ratings. They're like counseling the pastor on how they should handle this situation. It's just so wild.
People who are in his ear, who are not about the word, who are not
Yes.
about the grace, who are not about the glory, who is about the drama
Yes.
and putting the battery in his back, but you know better.
Thank you.
I'm just saying.
No, thank
not
you.
a compliment.
Black guy with
Fight the
glasses, that's
power.
Thank you, Counselor Ray.
No, we needed that. Big Ray.
And when Pastor Jamal took his glasses off, I knew.
Oh, you about to take it down.
I was like, you know what? We have a party of one for the smoking section.
Yes. Yeah. And let me tell you, just the way that I'm built, I couldn't even watch the videos
Okay.
because I didn't want to respond. And I knew my knee jerk would be, oh, no.
Yeah. Because you responded in characters.
Yes.
You did not put up a video.
Yes.
That's what I
And the
knew.
emojis?
No, he typed it out. He typed out a whole
he typed
response.
the-
Oh,
Really?
yeah. Yeah, I said I love him. I think he's a pioneer. He's a maverick. And I'm sorry that we're at this place, but I don't want brothers to fight in social media space.
There you go.
Yeah.
Pastor Jamal Bryant, you heard it. It's official. I don't know if it's.
Yeah, hey, you're going to have a lot more problems if you invite these brothers, to the church and trying to win them with weed too, And so, man, Jamal's a mess. Ray J's a mess. This whole situation's a mess. Again, a word of advice for Christians who are trying to invite unbelievers on the podcast. Be wise, because you might get a Ray J who don't have no problem showing up with some beef. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Till the next time, grace and peace. Oh, grace and peace. Thank you for watching another episode of All Things Theology. If you enjoyed what you heard today, go on and give me a like. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. I promise to give you weekly lives, videos, interactions, exposing false teachers, sharing with you, the viewer, my theological beliefs, things about the culture, and the Bible. So if you're here for that, come on and join us. Also, if you would like to support this channel financially, you can do so by becoming a Patreon member or a YouTube member. Links are in the description below. You can see content before it drops. You can also have Q&A sessions with also other Patreon members, YouTube members as well. So if you would like that, hit the description link in below.